Hi there guys, welcome to the channel. So I'm going to be starting a new series on the channel, basically covering stories on driven individuals and stories that should be powerful and impacting towards others. And yeah, it's just like car-related things. The series is going to be called Driven by Passion, and this is basically episode 1, and we'll be featuring my friend Travis with the neatest ST that you guys have ever seen. I don't have too much images of the car, it's mostly that's going to be talking, but give your story a listen. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share it to your friends, and yeah, thank you guys so much. Stay tuned. Let's go check Travis's ST out. Let's go.
Hi guys, my name is Travis Stone and this is my Ford Focus ST. My love for cars started with my late dad. My late dad was a big car enthusiast himself. He used to take me as a young little kid to Killarney, to the racing events there, and there was always something about the sound of engines that calmed me down. I was always a hyper kid. I still am very hyper, and the thing with engines was it found a way to control my hyperactiveness. Even when it came to studies, cars would, watching car videos, all those type of things helped me with my studies, because it would be my way of escape of a lot of things, and watching car videos would bring me down to a calm level and I could study. My dad used to love cars as well. He had many different sports cars back in his day, and him telling me the stories behind all these cars that he had and all these events that happened, it sparked something inside of me, and it led me to following a similar path as him with regards to me being a big car enthusiast, me loving cars to another level, and also being blessed that I could drive many different cars in this time. A lot of cars that many would dream of, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to drive, and I think that's had a big impact on my life with regards to where things started with my love for cars, and yeah, I hope it goes to many more places. So yeah, so from a young age, as I said previously, I was very hyperactive. Even to the point where on primary school, the school put me on Ritalin. I was quite hectic, but I mean, that was the way of how the school thought things would get better. And I ended up, never outgrowing this hyperactiveness. And one thing that helps me is my car. If I get uneasy, I can't sit still the whole time. I would find something to do with the car. I would end up cleaning the car. I clean it to a point where most people won't think of cleaning a car. I mean, I jack up a car, I'll clean underneath it, I'll take off the wheels, all these little places, which keeps me busy, and it actually helps, like I said before, cars calm me down. And to the point where I've never been medically diagnosed with OCD, but it reflects within my car to the point where all my center caps have to align. My lock nuts will all be in line in the exact same position on all of my wheels. Hose clamps, even on the throttle body, they'll all align. Things like that, and it is a positive side to it. So some will find that, look, you too you think too much about what you're doing with the car. You should just enjoy it. But it's helped me in cases where if you send your car away and it comes back and things look out of place, because I'm very specific on how I do things, I can tell that someone did something here when they weren't supposed to do it. And yeah, so that point of my OCD, it's helped me, but it's also it's had a negative effect as well before, with a point where if I look at my paint, it's 95% flawless, but it's bad that you struggle to sometimes enjoy the car because you're afraid people are going to rub their hands on it, they're going to make swirls after you spent hours actually taking it out. That helped you deal with your OCD, and someone actually just comes along and they just put back what you spent hours getting out, which makes it the bad side of this car OCD that I've got. But in all honesty, I think it's got a good positive side with regards to my love for cars. So I spend some time cleaning the car every Saturday, about an hour or two. That time is set out every Saturday. There's no getting past it. But I've got a great method, and a lot of people worldwide do the same thing, where you start with the wheels and then you move over to the body. But even my wheels take some time. I mean, I've got a separate bucket that I only use on the wheels themselves. I've got a set of wheel woolies. They're somewhere in the garage, but yeah. And I start by washing the face of the wheel, and then I start washing behind the spokes of the wheel, and then I've got a little fine wool brush that I clean the calipers with and around the lock nuts, and then I've got a deeper brush and I start cleaning the inside of the wheels, and then I'll rinse it off, and then I move over to another wheel, and I spend like 10 minutes on one wheel, and I move over to the other wheel and the wheel, and eventually then I move over to my paint. And I mean, most people know about the 2-bucket method, but it's really great. I've got a special soft mitten that I wash the paint with, so I'll wash over it with a soap, and then before I put the soapy mitten back in the soap water, I dunk it in the clean water with a grit guard. I'll clean the mitten back into the soapy water and back onto the paint, wash in straight lines. And so this process does take some time, but it helps me keep the car in this state. I hope so, for the rest of its life, that once you've detailed your car once, you don't have to detail it again. You just have to care for it. And yeah, one thing specifically is that when washing the car, to not leave the standing water on it, so immediately dry the car. So it takes a lot of effort to keep the car like this, but it's definitely worth it in the long run. A little part about me that many people didn't know, for those who know me. They don't know that on high school, I used to be the nerdy, quiet kid, or yeah, I had the big carry-more bag with a big box in it, so I was full nerd spec, and I actually used to get picked on a lot about it, to the point of actually bullying or whatever, for being different. And a lot of people at school that time did not know that I loved cars. Because I was the quiet one. They knew I liked computers, but and no one knew I loved cars until closer to the end of high school. I started coming at your matric exams. My dad started to allow me to use his Ford Sierra to school, and I mean, that started people noticing the car. People started seeing me, and ever suddenly this kid that used to get bullied, it's now seen. We didn't know he likes cars. I started having printouts of cars on my flip files, and people's like, okay, he's a car enthusiast. And I found that, look, this kid that's being bullied, one way out of it is actually like to start fitting in, not to just fit in for the sake of it, but actually show people who you are. You love cars. People need to know you love cars. And it came to that point where after school, or high school, I spent more time with the Sierra. I spent time cleaning it, I spent time driving it, and I found that I actually really love driving. I always knew it because I used to play with the simulator as a young kid, but it helped so much more after school. And me owning a car that I've always wanted has helped me, meet people that are likewise. Sometimes you find people that's also quite shy and quiet, and then yeah, and then at the end of the day you find that they like the same things, and you click, you make friends. So yeah, if I can put it to you with the whole bullying thing, I think cars has really helped me get out of my bubble, or become a slight extrovert, if I can put it to you like that. So my biggest motivation, especially for myself, and I hope I can motivate other people with this as well, is that live the life you always thought you'd only dream of. I always dreamed of owning a Focus ST, especially the 2.5 litre one. I never thought I would own it, and my dreams became a reality. I had a red one before this, and my feels with that is that to never give up on your dreams. Yeah, I mean, and also you need to, in life, you need to work hard if you want things in life. Many people know the whole story about me working as a petrol attendant before doing IT and being able to properly afford these. But it all drove me towards saving up for a computer that I could play a game simply with a Ford Focus ST in it. And that dream went on to the point where I eventually owned one. And now my second one, which I actually, funny enough, I love this more than I did with my 2.5, which was my dream car. That's a big point in my life where, you know, sometimes you don't think things are going to happen, and you know, never give up. Just go for gold. So yeah, guys, my name is Travis Stone, and that is my story. I hope I motivate some people. I hope that my story helped with regards to people who deal with the same thing as I do with OCD, and you don't have things always the easiest in life. But yeah, really go out and do your best, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Driven in SA. Peace.